Hello, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is your reading with the month ahead predictions for the month of June. We are in Gemini season, and this is also for anyone who might be lurking on a Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Okay, let's get into it. I am using the Angel Wisdom Tarot for this reading. Whoop, already got a card jumping out. Libra, what is the message that is most aligned for Libra to hear for the month ahead in June? Okay, Libra. So we've got the Two of Fire. Starting off, taking the next steps, bold and ambitious choices, partnering with others who share your dreams, expanding your plans, and continuing to move forward. So there could be a business partnership here. This is the starting of a fiery energy. You're holding the world in your hands and you're making this plan. You're looking out at the world. It's like a time where the things are still building and growing. The plan is not fully formed yet, but you're getting there. Okay, and working with other people, talking with other people can help you to get an idea, a better sense of this plan. We have the King of Wands, King of Fire. There is some beautiful dragon imagery, and the king is a motivational and inspiring, theatrical, ambitious, taking a leadership role, stepping into the spotlight, public speaking, keeping your eyes on the bigger picture, communicating your vision. Don't be sensitive to criticism. Okay, Libra. And Libra is a masculine sign, the masculine representation of Venus. So there's this strong masculine fiery energy right now with you, Libra, especially in the month of June. Keeping your eyes on the bigger picture is important. When you think of like a king, the king has to make decisions that not everybody is going to like, right? There's something about this leadership, and Libras are natural leaders as a cardinal sign. So keeping that in mind, you are going to have to be making some decisions, and not everybody in your life will necessarily like those decisions. Okay, maybe you're not necessarily the king, but you're the king in your own life, and you get to make these calls, right? Especially if it's just who you want to work with, what energies do you want to be around, what energies do you allow into your home, right? These are the things that, as the king or queen of your home, you have to make that call, and no one else is going to make it for you. Don't be sensitive to criticism. As a leader, there will be people who will criticize you. We know this, right? So not taking it to heart, not letting it make you waver in your decisions, because as a Libra, you're going to be making calculated decisions. We already know that, right? Libra is the scales. We take in the information, we calculate everything, we weigh it against itself, and then we make a decision once we have all the information. So you know that once you've made that decision, you have had all the information, you've taken your time to know that that's the right decision. Even if somebody wants to criticize you for it, don't let it get under your skin, Libra. That is not the time for that this month. You got to stay focused on where you're going and being the king, okay? We've got the Six of Wands. So again, we got a lot of fire. There's a lot of passion here. You're working on your passions. You're working towards something big. The Six of Wands, victory, wise choices that bring public recognition and success, promotions, awards, or scholarships. So there could be a need to also apply for promotions, awards, or scholarships. Those types of things are not things that are always just handed out to just anybody, right? You have to apply to receive a scholarship. So this could be a time to look into grants, funding, promotions, whatever it is that resonates for you and the thing that you're working on with your passions, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you are working for somebody else, there might be funding available to you. And there could also be a deadline in the month of June that needs to be met. So if you have been thinking about applying for something like this or feeling like it would help to have some more extra funding, which it always helps, now could be a really good time to look into that, see what's available out there, check online, and get that application in, because who knows, it could end up being very beneficial for you. The Ego card. This card represents the illusion of being trapped. Okay, so this is this deck's version of the Devil. Accept responsibility for your situation and then make choices that support your path to happiness, addictions, or unhealthy habits. Okay, Libra. So, ego, breaking those chains. I like how we've got this angel. It looks like Archangel Michael. Yeah, with this sword of light, breaking those chains. And in the traditional deck, we have the devil, who has sort of like the people on the puppet strings, right? And the idea is that we can break free from these chains, and these chains are representing the different things that people can be addicted to, right? Whether it's, any number of different things like sex, drugs, alcohol, gambling, unhealthy food, unhealthy ways of thinking, social media, just ego state in general too, thinking that, yeah, like your needs are more important than other people's, or that other people's needs are more important than your own, both of which are unhealthy patterns, right? So coming back into a healthy way, where we have all this fire, and the fire is coming from the solar plexus chakra, which is in the center of the navel. That is our center of willpower, and it's also the home of the ego. So making sure that your passion and that what you're working towards with your willpower is not turning into an egotistical tirade for everybody, okay? It's very important to be conscientious of others, because addictions don't just affect yourself. That's another thing too, right? Addictions affect everybody around you, especially when they get out of control. It's a very specific message for some of us, but keeping it in mind, okay? Take what resonates and leave what does not. We've got the 5 of Swords. So an unwise choice. There's a better way that will make you happier. Avoid people who lack integrity or who have questionable motives. So there's a feeling here, Libra, especially with the Devil card, that there was people that you were hanging around that were not actually good people. These people did not have your best interests in heart, and they're hanging around with other people who are also just a shitty energy altogether. And at the end of the day that that's not really who you are. And by breaking free from these people, like maybe being around these people brings out a side of you that you don't like. As a Libra, remember, we're light and dark. We're both sides of the coin here. And if you're a Libra, you know this. Libras are not always just positivity, positivity, positivity. Libra is going to bring to a situation what will balance it. Now, if what needs to be brought to a situation is a lot of, bullshit all the time, calling people out, being in a state that you don't like to be in, that means you're not around the right people. You should not have to be hanging around with people that need to be called out all the time. And if you're finding yourself in those situations, it's time to get a new group of friends and cut those people out entirely. Because that side of you, yes, it's important to have the Libraing sometimes, but it's not good for the Libra to be feeling that way all the time. And it's very important that you spend enough time alone so that you can recognize too what group of friends are actually authentic and there for you, because your real friends and the people who are supposed to be there in your life, they're not going to need to be checked all the time like that. And people who have really disrespected you, and to the point where you feel like you need to go out of your way to try and rebalance the energy, they don't even deserve any of your time. Okay, like speaking from experience too, it's not worth the energy to give to these people or these situations that's going to just take you away from your true purpose and what the light is that you're here to bring and your sole purpose in this earth. Okay, like Libra, you have the ability to see where things are balanced and where they're not, and also that discernment of not dealing with this energy. This guy's snarky, laughing, he's cheated somebody, and what sucks too is that sometimes shitty people are just shitty all the time, and if you lashed out at them and you feel bad about it, it's because it's not really like your character. And other people who don't feel bad about it, that's because it is their character. Because if they didn't feel bad, or if they did feel bad rather, then that wouldn't be in their character, right? But they don't feel bad because that's just who they are. And it's at a certain point, it's important to just not associate with people who do bad things and don't feel bad about it. Okay, y'all. But we've got renewal here, so there's some hope, there's some fresh energy, like so the start of the new month, the full moon, you're leaving all of that behind. If you haven't blocked them, you better be blocking them, okay? Libra, like, we be blocking people. And another thing too is, like, sometimes there's one particular person, but it also includes a group of friends, so you might actually have to just, like, block the whole group of friends, unfortunately, because if those people are comfortable being around somebody that's negative and causes people pain all the time, then at the end of the day, they're not really that good of people and they're not really that good of friends. And it sucks to have to make those calls, but that's just the way she goes sometimes. So, renewal. Reviewing the past with compassion and forgiveness. Time to head in a new direction. Clarity on your life purpose. In your heart, you know what to do. And this is card number 20. So in the traditional deck, the renewal card is the Judgment card. And as a Libra, we be judging, right? That's the whole thing. That's the scales. The scales is constantly judging. It's constantly taking information, weighing it on the scales, this side, what's going to bring it to balance. And that comes with judgment. Judgment can get a negative energy towards it, but it's not always negative. It's important to be judging each situation as it comes so that you know how to respond, right? That's the whole point. We're all always judging all the time. And that judgment can keep you safe. It can protect you. You know, it helps you to make decisions about where you want to be and who you want to be around. And there are some things in some situations that you're not going to want to be around, and you have to make that judgment, right? This also gives you an opportunity for a new start and renewal. And, you know, if you are judging your own self because of decisions that you made or hanging around with people that brought out the worst in you or encouraged behaviors that are not really aligned with where you want to go and who you want to be, this is your opportunity now to release those judgments of yourself and know that you have the opportunity to come back on to whatever path is the most highest path for you, okay? And as a Libra, you're a leader, so you can lead yourself up out of there and away from these people. We've also got the Emperor. Okay, I love that this card came out. It's also associated with Aries energy, which is a sister sign for Libra. It's the opposite, right? So we've got air and we've got fire. Although the opposite element is earth, the opposite sign is Aries. Logic and organization will increase your success. Take charge of the situation. Accept a leadership role, structure, and discipline. So with Libra being a masculine sign, the Emperor is the divine masculine father of the tarot deck. This is meaning it is a time in the month of June to be in the masculine energy of doing and making things happen. It's not the time for sitting and waiting around and planning things. It's the time to take the plans and go into action in this month, okay? Especially with this fiery energy of Aries as well, we can draw upon that energy as it's the sister sign and using the logic and organization and self-starterness. Aries and Libra are both cardinal signs. We're both natural leaders. And sometimes when you're a leader, you're in that leadership role, you're going to have to do things alone. You know, if you're an entrepreneur, you're working on things on your own, you have to be the one to keep yourself on track. You have to be the one to get up and make things happen because no one's going to be calling you, checking on you, wondering where you are, seeing if you're going to show up. It's just you, right? And that's why, you know, this energy is coming for you to remind yourself to stay on track and do what it is that you need to do because you know in your heart what that discipline means. You know, having your exercise routine, eating healthy, staying on top of your goals, writing your goals down, giving yourself the visual reminders so then you can have your success. And this card has come up in several of the readings, which I think is interesting. There must be a collective energy with this Four of Wands, especially with it being nice out now, summertime. There is much to celebrate. Send gratitude to the divine and the angels for the peace and prosperity coming to you. Peace and contentment in your personal life. So, you know, I think it's obvious you're moving away from people and things that brought out negative energy in you so that you can stay focused on your work and have this peace and contentment in your life. And sometimes that means you have to spend more time by yourself. And that's okay too, right? Like being comfortable in your own company is important, and being able to go out as Libras too, having that balance of enough alone time and enough social time is very important, especially going into summer where you might feel the need to want to socialize a lot more, but don't forget to give yourself that downtime too. And Justice, okay, this is the Libra card, obviously. We have the scales, the Libra energy. This card has also come up in a lot of readings so far. For us in particular, the Libras, it's like even more of the Libra energy. Like the justice is something that we feel so strongly. And the need to speak up and vocalize and stand up for things that are injustice. And, even just like on a larger scale, not just within our own communities and our own groups, but there's bigger things that are happening that you could feel the need for there to be a greater justice about. It's important to be impartial and objective. Stand up for what you believe in. Try to see all sides of a situation. You will win if your position is one of integrity. So making sure that you're staying true to yourself and fighting for what you really do believe in, as long as what you believe in doesn't harm other people, and has the earth and the people in the center of it. That's what's the most important at the end of the day. And, maybe it's time to write a letter. You have the gift of the gab as a Libra. You have the ability to vocalize and articulate yourself in a way that some of the other signs do not. So using your gift of words to express not just to the people around you, but also to people in positions of power that you have the ability to express yourself to, can actually go a long way. Sometimes people don't think that our voice really does anything. However, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. And for those of us like Libras who have the ability to articulate ourselves so eloquently, it is very important that you use that gift for the highest and best good and do your best to express to the people that you can. Don't just complain. Don't just put something out there on social media. If you really have something to say, write a letter, figure out who's in power, and find their email, and do the damn thing. I'm encouraging you guys to do that, because the thing is, as a Libra, you have the ability to understand the difference between right and wrong as well. And so it's important that you acknowledge that and the responsibility with that as well. Like, maybe it's not something you have to do all the time, but perhaps in the month of June, if there is something that is really striking you in your heart, you will have to use your discernment as to whether or not it's something that's worth taking it to that next level. And you'll feel good at the end of the day knowing that you took the time to stand up for what's right. Okay, so we're going to build on this with the spellcasting oracle, Libra. What is the spellcasting additional message for Libra? Protection. Okay. And freedom. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Protection and freedom. So we've got, the strong earth energy here. Protection of the earth and the people on it. That's just another way that you can use your voice to help protect people. And you can also call upon protection for yourself from any weird, sideways energy that could be coming at you or has been coming at you. Don't forget that you have the ability to protect yourself, and you can call upon your guides at any time. And you can help to protect other people who maybe aren't as good at articulating themselves as you are. And the freedom, releasing yourself from those chains of the ego card and coming back, as always, to your true purpose here. Okay, whatever it is that's your gift, you're lucky and blessed if you're even able to watch this video and you have the freedom to do so and having the freedom to choose what you want to do with your life. So making the most of each day and trying to stay positive as much as we can, even if it feels like you don't have the freedom to do everything that you want, still being thankful for all the freedoms that you do have. That goes a long way. The universe appreciates gratitude. I'm going to add an activation of light. Oh, Libra, the Venusian Galactic Council. I'm living because we're ruled by Venus. Okay. Star being guides, answer the call, time to shine. I'm going to read this one from the book to get a little bit deeper on this message, okay? The Venusians are advanced cosmic beings similar to angels who come from the planet Venus. They are our starry ancestors and are dedicated to helping us experience and embody divine love. There are millions of them, and many of us will have them working with us as guides. If you feel drawn to this information or strongly connected to the stars or star people, there's a good chance that there are many extraterrestrial beings around you at this time, many of whom will be connected to the Venusian Galactic Council. Governed by Lady Venus and Sanat Kumara, The Venusian Galactic Council is a divine board of directors who are responsible for recruiting lightworkers and leaders on Earth who have the potential to make a huge difference by following the call of their soul. When they come to us, it's an honor and an opportunity to be reminded of a connection that was active before we came into this incarnation. There's no set way of working with the Venusians, but they will contact us in dreams or meditation to share information that will support us on our journey. They often send spiritual downloads in thought forms or understandings. Dreams about flying or being in space are other ways in which they will come through to us. On a bright, starry night, you can say, Venusian Galactic Council, thank you for helping me answer the call of my soul. Your message. This is a call to action. You are being asked to step up and create the changes you want to see in the world. You have a reason for being here, and you have the potential to inspire, support, and heal your corner of the world. Don't let this information scare or overwhelm you, for you are being prepared energetically to step into this role. The ideas you have been having recently are divine downloads, but you aren't being called to make dramatic changes into your life, simply to move forward step by step. The Venusian Galactic Council will reveal more information to support you. Be aware of the downloads of information and spiritual signs, for they are confirmation that you are on the right path. Oh my God. I love that. We're going to finish this reading with a positive affirmation. The more I attune my energy with appreciation, the more the universe will deliver. Okay, that's your message, Libra. This has also been a general reading for Libra, so if you would like a more specific, personalized reading, feel free to email me. I will have my email down below, and let me know if this reading resonates for you. I love to hear it. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.